Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights of today's LPL 2025 Split 1.
Down as we can see him start to posture, skipping his blue side at the very moment to try and make a play here, potentially on this wave. He's a little bit late, so it might have to. They might have to wait until this next wave crashes, but 369 definitely could be in a fair amount of trouble here.
This is the change, though. Cannon minions are on 4 now, so they're trying to deny him a punch of gold.
All right, here we go. There comes a stun. It's all too easy, and who else but Tarzan to pick up first blood for AL.
And they get a second plate here. Team WE Series take a pretty resounding 3-0, but as we've seen throughout this group, Team WE don't seem like they're putting up much of a threat.
Looks like AL gonna go for a play in the mid lane. Chris blocked up. Remember, doesn't have that flash. Doesn't have the ultimate yet either. Tarzan with 3 talent strike, picking up that kill. Now 2-0 in favor of AL as they'll make their way down to the Hextech trade.
They need to get...
And maybe that is to be expected with side lanes like Orin and Ezreal, but Kanavi is always known for making plays, so up to him to try to force something to happen. As you can see, him and Chris now trying to gain
a side laning team due to just having a Galio and a Rumble. You are more indexed on wanting to try to find team fights. Tarzan, you're just gonna have to flash here, bro. Oh, we're just going
he's
for
going
it.
straight in on a Jackie Love, who just arcane shifts away. Looks like the Crescent Guard doing enough, and here comes the teleport. It's gonna take a little bit of time to channel, but here comes Flandre, Equalizer, doing a really nice job on that choke. And Crisp actually forced to run the other direction and pop that Unbreak around the area now. Target potentially being this bottom lane tier 1. It's gonna be a while until Flandre gets there. A little bit of skirmishing up in the top side, but as we saw in the 1v1, these guys not super keen to
doesn't matter. He's got Hollow Radiance, so he just gets to stand there. For everybody at home as well, Unending Despair is bugged currently and is globally banned. We'll be kind of keeping a track on that as to when that falls off. I don't think Shanks would have gotten canceled there. I don't know what's going on here, Grapes. AO may have gotten their brain fried from doing mid-tech here as we're trying to find an entrance onto 369.
Double knock-up. There's the Magnus Storm. Really nice engage here for Kyle. Crisp has the Unbreakable Will on top of him, but 369 will fall first. It will be Shanks to pick up the kill. And there goes Crisp as well. Burnt to a Crisp by Flandre. 2-0 AL. And they're going to pick up the Feats of Strength buff as well, with the Dragon going their way.
That's why we saw TES have to contest for this objective. They have to follow AL wherever they go, and that is also going to be such a through line for anyone's legend in this game. You have 5 grubs, so anywhere on a side lane.
Cooldown starting to come back up. Jackie Love has ultimate up in 5 and is around the area to try to look for a turn. I think Top Esports, they're going to be the ones to try to pull the trigger first because it did not work out well when Kyle was the one to find the engage. Here comes Cream. He was not in that last fight. The blast cone comes over. Kanavi is not looking for it, and they're just going to give this objective away again. Tarzan picking up the Rift Herald, and now here comes the counter engage. Call the Forge God will land to counter Kyle over the flash as well. He takes a big chunk of damage from the Between Worlds. Tarzan looking to run away, pops the Crescent Guard, and in comes that ult from Shanks. It's going to push top away, and they will not find a kill. The blast cone will send Shanks back, but he is way too healthy for top to pick him down.
I was going to say, Tarzan, you just threw your boy under the bus there. But like you said, way too tanky. Maybe they go for a dive under this turret.
They could definitely, they could get the turret and then top probably take Shanks down as well.
Yeah, Kyle's on the way. Tarzan is here to cover if they want it. He's very tanky, though.
It's a 4v1. I mean, Shanks going to take a little bit long to die, but there's just not enough damage to fight that 2v4. Shutdown goes the way of Kanavi. He also picks up these objectives. No doubt about it, obviously. But, you know, when they're maybe focusing on other things like that instead of other potential plays that could win them the game, now we see top with the gold lead, at least for now. That could change, though, here, as we have a fight in the top side jungle, as Crisp just gets caught straight out. Really nice job from Flandre. That Equalizer doing so much damage in that choke.
Crisp not respecting the HP, and he has been caught out multiple times this game so far. So with the Herald, with those 5 grubs, they're going to use the win more objective here. It seems like Unending Despair has been fixed. Otherwise, I don't think 369 would be allowed to build this item. So Dragon Beam started here by the side of TES as AL are going to walk in through Fog of War.
Yeah.
Great job from Crispy hiding himself. They're going to lose this Dragon, but
it's just gone. I mean, there was really good setup there from top to make sure there was no vision in the area here for AL. Now Tarzan could potentially be caught out. He has to pop the Crescent Guard relatively early to escape Here comes Call the Force.
Oh, Kyle!
On the other side of things, and here comes Shanks as well, looking to dive in onto the back line. Kanavi already taken rather low, but look at Cream on the other side, just doing so much damage on this Aurora. Flandre on the wrong side of the map and overheated will mean another kill goes the way of Kanavi, and Top Esports get the Dragon, and they pick up 2 on top of it.
Anyone's Legend is playing the map a lot better, but TES in these fights are finding wins that look a little bit difficult, but they're definitely executing. Hope, he moves forward and loses his flash.
Oh, but let's a 2-man taunt coming in from Shanks, and that's going to be enough with the Hollow Radiance to land the shutdown onto Jackie Love. And with that kill, AL will pick up the mid-tier 1 and put themselves right back to an even game state.
There it is, but Cream very smart in just starting the Dragon, forcing AL's hand. You need to start this this Otacon up, and while he's not here, I mean, TES, they can try to contest.
The big debuff also on the team that starts the Otacon and takes damage from it. Going to be a pretty difficult fight for them if they are not careful. Already the Otacon at 4,000 HP. Cream flashing away from the Magnet Storm is going to potentially be a 50-50, but without a spike, it'll be Tarzan to pick it up. Those revives will come to be a very massive factor as look at Shanks and Hope. They are shredding away at Top Esports and making sure that they don't go down without a fight. They'll have the revives, so any kills are just gravy on top of things. Shanks leading the charge right now. He's getting bursted down a little bit by Jackie Love in 369. And 3 people get sent back to base for AL, but no kills end up coming. AL could potentially pick up here. They have full control. They still have their revives on 2 members, one of them being Shanks on the Galio, so it would be very difficult for Top to contest.
Drapes, this puts them on sole point, being able to grab this. As we get the replay, yeah, Kanavi spending so much, and because he doesn't even finish the objective, it just feels like an all-in-all loss coming in for the side of TES. And even in the picture-in-picture, losing out on mid-turret, you've got this Baron, you've got those 5 grubs. It just feels like it's gone from bad to worse, and while some of these plays have worked,
and also do
he also gets the
damage
cheat
right now.
Shanks gets the cheat by having 5 grubs, so...
That is true. As, you know, speaking of, there goes that top turret.
Yeah, so he just wants the immediate combat value. This is what we were talking about with the tier 3 boots, was whether or not you need them immediately or if you kind of save them for an immediate power spike. As TES, they get away from the Rumble ultimate 45 seconds before the Dragon spawn.
They're going so ham right now. I mean, yeah, Shanks forced the flash out of Kanavi, I guess. Here comes the ultimate from 369, just landing onto Tarzan. True Shot Barrage not finding too much. AL overextend a lot on that play, kind of for no reason. There comes the ultimate from Shanks, but it's just too late. Kyle has already fallen, and now Cream has a good opportunity to dish out a ton of damage. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, Kanavi is singled out, and Hope will shred him down. But it will be at least a trade as Flandre falls 2 for 1 in favor of Top Esports.
Right now, it's all about can we get this mid-tier 1 for TES. They'll take it here with the Demolish proc from 369. Cream walking forward, he's got a lot of damage here. Has the Horizon, or has the Cosmic Drive, has the upgraded Luden's Companion alongside that Void Staff. And Shanks with a masterful flank here. Already uses Flash, already uses DP. The ultimate is not here, but TES are trying to find a flank play.
Nice turn there for Tarzan.
Oh no! Wait, Shanks, run, brother!
Crisp, he's going to face check and find out the Galio, and so now Shanks has to go or else he'll be stuck in a 1v4. Taunt comes out. The shield of Duran only finds the tanks as Jackie Love's able to escape, and Shanks will get shut down. It is Jackie Love picking up the gold, but look at the other side, and Hope has Hope. He's shredding them to pieces on this Corki. Crisp trying to his best to distract the rest of the team, but it'll be a double kill in for Hope. He is now 5-0-4, and despite the over-aggressive play from Anyone's Legends, they're going to pick up this Ocean Soul.
Anyone's Legend trade their mid laner, and can Kanavi find the steal to buy TES 5 minutes in this game? It's not enough. We're going to see the turn.
Could be a big fight, though. There comes the ultimate, lands onto Flandre. The Rumble has been singled out. The ultimate has already been used. The Rumble will die, but Hope just doing so much damage here on this backline. Flandre, it's still alive in this Dragon Pit. 369 does not have any damage, as it is an ace picked up for AL.
That's the Ocean Soul doing overtime at the Anyone's Legend factory. They're going to win this fight, and honestly, Grapes, with what we're seeing here, 5 grubs, a Baron if they really want it, it seems like AL are going to look for the end on this play. Massive death timers. It is just the bottom lane of TES to defend the base.
From first blood to potentially the final towers being picked up, it has been firm control of game number 1 for our Demacia Cup champions, Anyone's Legends. They're looking to try to take down some of these X towers right now. Chris pops the Unbreakable Will, and they will find a trade at least in supports. But it will not be enough for them to pick up any more. Tarzan
a little bit faster thanks to the true damage. Kanavi's going to go hunting. It's going to be a true shot barrage that spots this, and a second chance at redemption here for Kanavi. Doesn't mean anything. He's jumping right out of that. It's going to be a Baron going over.
Currently up. Now it's 7,000 gold and counting. They're going to finish off that top lane inner turret, the last one available on the map, and looking to crack open their second inhibitor so far of the game. Mid lane is open and has Super Minions pushing it down there as they wait for this next wave of Baron buffs to escort them.
Oh my god. Grapes, this feels like a repeat of our grand finals. It did open up with a bona fide quadra kill for Tarzan, but I'll take that in their weight of gold when it comes to the objectives. It was those first bloods that came through. It was all of the epic of monsters coming in early. It feels like AL had really strong control of the map. They made some individual flubs, but I think mechanically they haven't been the best team in the league. It has really been their map play and how creative they are when it comes to both draft and in-game strategy.
And right now, just potentially putting the finishing touches on. Equalizer comes out, doesn't do too much damage, but does zone Jack Healup away from the rest of his team. Last-ditch effort potentially here for 369. The Call of the Force God does land onto 2, but Hope has bought so much space, is so far away from any potential threats. There comes a big taunt from Shanks. So much damage here on the side of Anyone's Legends, and Hope just remains untouched. AL wanting to prove that their Demacia Cup performance was not a fluke, and they're doing a pretty good job so far against their former opponent.
He moves forward,
it is a triple kill. It could be a pentakill, but Cream will not let it happen. Hope finishes the game himself.
See how much value this Renata can grab, because while the damage is there, you're looking for resets, and you're looking for that bailout to really squeeze the first 3 grubs. No kills yet, but a second epic monster, so getting closer and closer to a lot of those feats of strength.
See the trade for the Dragon on the other side was Hope and Kyle were able to take one of those plates on the top
reset
side.
Hope, while he pushed in that wave, he is going to be late for this objective. He's going to be showing up after the grubs have already spawned.
Ooh, that's a big knockup landing here on the Q3. All out comes through from 369 as well. Flandre misses the ultimate once again, and Kanavi will find the kill. First blood for Top's jungler.
There it is. Kanavi gets the reset, finds himself on this Mbessa, and that should just be running
here by Kanavi. Tarzan just needs to steal away one, but instead they're going to try to look for the fight. Kyle getting spotted out. Shanks pops the Shroud, looking to maybe go in. Tarzan does not find the second grub. This next one will secure the feat of strength for TES if they're able to get it. So Flandre and the rest of AL know that they potentially have to go now. They instead try to target here onto 369. Perfect execution comes through in for Shanks, and they will find the kill onto the Cassante. Kanavi foresees the Heartbreaker out. Curtain Call will not connect as he flashes away, but it will be that one kill secured and one grub picked up for AL.
It's a lot of times pretty nebulous as to where it is. We'd obviously love to have one player getting an influx of all of it, but we're getting the Dragon starting up the Rift Herald here for the side of Top Esports. Cream is going to have to TP into this play. He's actually going for the mid lane, and Shanks will be able to walk here a little bit closer. So looks like the Herald's going over, but maybe there's a fight after.
So that is the feat of strength as well as the Rift Herald picked up for Kanavi. However, he potentially is publicly executed. Flash on top of him from Kyle, and not even the bailout will save him. Now a 2-man Cyclone onto Jackie Love and Chris by Tarzan, and that will be Hope picking up the kill onto his fellow AD carry. Crisp the next on the menu. Tier 1 turret doesn't matter when you got all 5 of Anyone's Legends going on to you. It is 3 kills going over to, right now, one of the game's strongest players.
It is part of the reason why just being able to have so much vision in their favor is so important. And what I would like to see from TES is, thank you for the observers for showing that. And there we go. TES yet again playing them out just a little bit better this time around. Something we saw in game 1 was the fact that they were able, second game, I guess early game's a bit rough as we're already 21 minutes in, but
yeah, I mean, it would have been really nice to see Kanavi take the CS lead that he was able to get and maybe use it onto his side lanes and get somebody like Jackie Love ahead a little bit, but right now behind in terms of items as the Rift Herald is spawned in the mid lane. They're going to get this tier 1 The question is, will they get anything on top of it afterwards? Looks like the answer will be no. So 2-1 in terms of the Dragons right now for top. They are keeping themselves in this game. They have retaken control of the gold team and now are looking for a potential pick. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, they'll look at the mid lane. Curtain Call goes straight onto Cream, and Shanks will assassinate him underneath his own turret. So, with all of top indexing towards the top side of River, looking for potentially that Otacon buff, their mid laner just got singled out and taken down.
They have no ultimate, but Shanks is going to be looking for a TP back into this play. Cream no longer available for 25 seconds. Kyle does get spotted here, and he's just drawing attention away from this Otacon buff. Half HP, but that armor shred is huge, and there's still no ultimate here for Shanks, so despite the flank, I don't know how impactful.
I mean, if a shuriken lands on a Jackie, he could still be in trouble. And look at AL, they're diving straight on a 369. Kanavi already has the bailout on top of him, and there's the Pop Blossom from Kyle. It lands on a 3. Flandre is still alive. He finally will get taken down by 369, but the fight is already cooked for top Esports. 369, the last remaining survivor. It will be an ace just for Flandre as AL will make their way back towards the Otacon.
TES are routed, and it has been individual members getting caught out before these fights. Last game, it was Crisp. This time, Cream is getting bodied on a champion that we know him for, and it happens again.
Here he goes. Public execution just up. That is another kill picked up for Shanks. He's 6-0 on his signature champion and takes down Cream once more.
That's insane. If you would have told me that Cream right now is just getting destroyed on the
AL 10-2. They are dominating the kill count. However, top Esports are keeping the gold rather close to top side where all those resources are allocated, but they just cannot find any fights as another Enchanted Crystal arrow goes wide.
This Ashe from Jackie Love is not looking good. This bottom bigger teams here in the LPL, like Pays and Missing last night, but even IG's Gala and Mako, these pairings are not looking good, and it feels like, we talked about the new class of mid laners coming in, it feels like a new class of laners just in general are starting to upshow.
And speaking of laners, one all-consistent laner in the LPL is Flandre, and in his 10th year, he finds the public execution onto Kanavi and takes the legendary jungler down.
5 seconds before Baron, and they still have these Otacon respawns. They'll be up for another 15 seconds. They should just be looking to start this objective. 369 will be looking for a TP, but with no jungler, this is a hard contest. Kyle even has a flank.
Teleport in for 369. It will be a 4v5. Health bars maybe a little bit in top's favor, but again, with the numbers disadvantage, going to be difficult. Going to be up to Jackie Love and Cream to dish out the damage and try to win a fight.
Here's Kyle!
Here comes Kyle! Pop Blossom lands onto the bottom lane. Jackie Love still kiting away, at least for now, and actually doing a big chunk of damage. There's the ultimate from the way. Cricket finally arriving to the game, and top Esports find a big fight with their carries. Jackie Love taken down by Shanks in the back end of things, but now the Akali is singled out, looking for some sort of escape. Not going to find it in a 1v4, and top Esports are right back into this one.
AL overplay their hand, a bit of damage coming in up against AL. I want to get a replay of that fight because I was just so personally invested into watching Kyle on the Nico that I didn't get to see too much as we got the curtain call coming in. Right? They're blocking, and he does not steal this.
Oh.
Cream gets caught!
Oh my god, how do you do that? Not body blocking, allowing their mid laner to go down. Hope getting back onto the board. That's kill number 3 for him. The Jhin starting to come into fruition as well. Flandre now in a 1v2. BMBest has a lot of HP, does a decent amount of damage. However, Kanavi is now also strong. Teleport comes in. Shanks looking to join the fray, but he might join a little bit too late. Flandre flashes away. Kanavi looking to match him, but here comes Shanks. He's here to play. Now has to fight in a 1v3. The bailout landing on a 369, and the Q3 should be enough. Pops the stopwatch. Kanavi still
everybody's here!
But he's bought way much time for the rest of the squad to pull up. Hope's arrived. Kyle's arrived. Kanavi at 40 HP does find the stun, but not the kill. It'll be 2 more for AL.
Now there's a dragon as well. Why is Tarzan 1 HP in mid? He took down Jackie Love during all of game. And Josh doesn't have a ton of damage in general, but maybe this is the pick.
Little skirmish here in the side lane. Shanks really caught out. Has to use the perfect execution to get away.
Perfect!
Stopwatch to get away from the arrow, and now a public execution on a Jackie Love, and Kyle is here to follow up. Huge. The bailout will be on Jackie Love. He will be able to dish out the damage, but not enough for him to land the revive. But look at the other side of the fight. It is Kanavi and Cream absolutely destroying the front line of anyone's Legends. They go 4 for 2 on the extended play.
Finally, some fight again coming in from TES. It is a fight that is started by 369, and maybe that's just going to have to be the recipe for this series. No one else feels like they're taking the reins and wanting to take the game into their own hands.
I want to go back and see how exactly, you know, Cream and Kanavi were able to carry
Running
that
up
fight.
this Baron, half HP immediately here for AL.
There's not a ton of Baron take damage, but it is burning down quickly at 4,000 HP. Will be able to be secured, and it's hope that lands the final blow. Now, can Top Esports win this fight? Ultimate comes out for Chris, doesn't hit anyone. Kyle only has the Pop Blossom onto the Renata Glass. Jackie Love getting soloed out potentially by Tarzan, but he's able to dash away. Shanks will go down first. This front to back is what we wanted to see from Top, and it is paying out in dividends. They get to force Tarzan back out on the other side, and now it's up to Hope and Flandre. They get the kill on the Kanavi. 369. Now it's to run for the hills, and they will even up this trade. It is a 3-for-2 in favor of AL, with Tarzan still on the run.
He's looking, he's swinging from brush to brush. He won't get spotted by Chris. Dragon, so they're missing a large portion of their DPS. It's great that Kyle finds this, but none of the damage dealers are here to play. And it's going to be the soul point being
Dragon
caught up.
and deny the soul from their opposition.
Yeah, Flandre is not going to be able to contest for this. Ashe and Kanavi can finish this objective rather early, and now we'll be heading towards the 7th Dragon of this game if we want to see his soul here, as I don't know why we haven't just nerfed Nico and how long this clone stays out on the map, especially for the whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, Cream though, they don't know, he can find the pick.
In a really big flank position, they find the stun and the Pop Blossom onto Jackie Love, but he's able to get away from it rather nicely. Stopwatch lands onto Kyle, and he will go down first, having gone forward way too early. Now it's Flandre, the target of 4 members of AL, with 369 onto Shanks in the backside. That is already a second kill picked up for Kanavi. The dive is in, and Top Esports are looking to take over this game. They go 4-0. Only Hope survives, but there might not be much more hope for AL, as Top Esports are looking to even up this series.
They've got 5 grubs. They should be looking to end. Not too many minions, however, maybe having to utilize Cream's teleport to save them. It is only Hope that is up 20 seconds before the next most available member. And it's been so close all game long, but one bad team fight, one where they spent too much time trying to protect their Nico, and it turns into a tied series.
Curtain call means a very easy target for Jackie Love. That's 1,000 gold to Kanavi on the Viego, and Top Esports are going to even up our series at 1-1. AL lacking a little bit in the physical damage compartment potentially. That is a really good angle for somebody like Crisp, Kanavi, or 369.
Overgrowth plus D-Shield understands that this is a matchup that he's really going to have to take every little bit of an advantage that he can. Level 1 Gnar though.
Crazy to dive right now. Crisp is tanky.
Oh my god, no way.
Flandre will survive at about 300 HP, and now Tarzan is on the hunt. Has level 3, all 3 of his basic abilities alive. And Chris could be in a little bit of trouble. They are going to try to go for the redive. They know that Tarzan is here, and that will be enough for anyone's Legends to claim first blood. Now on the top side of the map, 369 has to flash away from any potential damage, still at about 200 HP. AL should be able to redive this rather successfully. There's the
stun,
it is! There's the bomb, and Hope makes it 2-0 for the Pandas.
This feels like game 1 into the Ziggs and Leona.
And no shockwave just yet clear for Shanks, but the zone control that the ball provides still pretty big, just with the damage that it has this early in the game. Flandre hitting level 6, and Mega using the ult to clear out the play and shove 369 away, as now we potentially see TES ganging up around the first spawn of grubs. There comes to make it rain. It slows down Kyle for just a little bit, but AL unrelenting in their pressure, and they want to make sure TES do not take this for free.
Flandre not having his ult. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, lands straight onto Kanavi, stops to charge, lands onto 2, but the damage is pretty big. Shockwave is finally unlocked, but it will be Kyle falling first to Chris. Kanavi now stuck in the pit. But look at the bullet time from Jackie Love. It is melting AL, as they are now stuck in the pit themselves. Hope has to flash away, as him and Flandre are now on the wrong side of the rift. And it will be Top Esports coming out on top of the skirmish, at least for now. 369 has the dominance unlocked, and they will be able to pick up this first spawn of the grubs.
Great flash from Kanavi and Cream to get out of that play and specifically get out of the shockwave. On the map, it is that little, very, very tiny, like 2 pixel wide purple bar that is underneath the champion portraits.
I actually did not even know that existed.
Yeah, that's how you're probably like, damn, how does he know experience totals like this? I'm not that good, dog. So, oh, we're making a play on the Cream.
Oh my goodness, Satchel forward because he knows that Tarzan is on the way. Mega Inferno Bomb takes Cream to about half HP as the Chaos Storm does go away. Tarzan looking for the stun, not in range just yet, but the shockwave will come through. Tarzan getting the kill on the Cream.
And while they are subjecting or losing some of these objectives on the top side, it does mean that Ziggs will get alone time with this turret. How much damage he can get in this time is up to them, and he still has the TP if he wants the match. But Kael perfectly hovering and protecting his top laner to prevent this dive, but I don't know, man. This is looking pretty tricky.
Oh, it's 4 players of the wave crashing down. That is a mini Gnar on Flandre. Ignite is ticking, and he will burn down with Crisp claiming the kill. So 1 kill now, 4v5 on the map for the next few seconds. 4 top
are
Esports.
Really focused on getting standing gold where they can.
So it's at least 2 picked up. The Smite from Tarzan makes it a 3-3 even trade. However, Crisp has had enough time to come back from the base and go in onto Tarzan with Twisted Advance. Tried to take one down with him, but damage is just not enough. JackeyLove getting on the board with his first kill of the game.
Finally, it feels like TS have found their footing in this series. It took them a couple of games, and even though they won that last game, I still think was a bit tricky this time around. It feels like they're really in their groove. Maybe AL kind of getting that kind of slap finally. Uh-oh.
There's the Nature's Grass combined with the bullet time. However, JackeyLove takes a decent chunk of damage, has to back away for just a moment, but will be able to survive and take it down Hope. Top Esports going to actually be the ones to start up this Dragon as they are overloaded on the bottom side.
It's so surprising to me that we also just haven't had... so the kills went over to AL. The first to 3 epic monsters, however, is now... If at any moment they lose one of these outer structures, it becomes more difficult for them to actually set up as making a play onto Cream, get his flash out, but I think he's fine for right now. He's still picking up gold. He's still getting those upgrades.
Oh, and the Twisted barely lands onto Hope. The last little roots from the Nature's Grass from Chris is enough to lock down the ADC, and JackeyLove picks up yet another.
Here. Tough ask. 369's pushing in this bottom wave, so even if they give up the Herald, he can TP for this play, and they'll grab themselves the bottom
There
lane
he goes.
turret.
Oh, it's going to be such a big flank, and the Glacial Prison lands onto Hope. Solar Flare on the other side only finds Crisp. The Mega Inferno Bomb does only a little bit of damage. 369 has the dominant pop. They pressure AL out of the pit and secure the Rift Herald on their own.
They got
now
Cream!
Kael has found Cream, and Cream will go down. That is 1 kill in a 5v4 set up for AL, but top goes on the run, and AL will not be able to find any more.
I was a bit question mark pinging that because Flandre started that fight with no Mega Gnar bar. He had no rage, so it's a bit questionable. Tarzan finds the objective, and they almost dropped
Shockwave.
it. They find the pick onto JackeyLove. I think they're just setting up to just get this in range for the Satchel Bomb from Ziggs.
Yep, should be Rift Herald, and then the W from Hope should be enough to take down this mid lane tier 1. Bullet time going to buy some space, at least for a little bit. Tarzan threatening with his big old spear, forcing the rest of Top Esports back. It is a trade as 369 picks up the tier 1 in the top side of the map, but a really nice job from AL to get gold into the hands of some of their down with a satchel from Hope. Dragon is going to be started up by top. We'll see if AL want to respond. They have Flandre, who has just dinged Mega Gnar in the top side of the map. That is not a good timer for him to have this ability up online. Dragon
Tarzan just walks into the pit!
He's gonna 50 it. He gets the dragon somehow, and now Cream is in trouble once again with the shockwave on top of him, but he heals just enough to survive. Flandre comes in with a teleport and will assassinate him on the backside of things. And Top Esports looking to collapse now onto Tarzan. 2v1 here. JackeyLove should be able to claim this one if 369 pops the dominance on the bottom side underneath the turret. Shanks has the shield, should be enough, but he will finally go down. Hope satchels away from the bullet time and will be able to pick up another kill onto the Crocodile.
Flandre, dog walk him, brother!
Flandre approaching Mega Gnar, looking to try and get some distance closed between him and JackeyLove, but I don't know if Jackie's going to let that happen as he will waltz away after
I feel like I was killing tanks, so...
Especially like the tanks that are maybe more pseudo tanks, like we have up here in the top lane right now.
Like all the Thimble wins fine. For
Wait, you're saying you asked me what the name of the ability was and you didn't even know what it was?
Yeah.
I think it. Chat, let me know, but I think it's a clip.
Yeah, let's do chat do some of the heavy lifting here, okay? I was going to say, he has Aftershock and Leona W basically.
Are forced back to the top side of the map.
Okay. They're starting this Otacon like we were just mentioning, but Flandra's got to be so careful. Oh, Jackula, perfect
really nice cleanse from Jackula, but Kyle is still on top of him. The Pantheon all comes over the top, and Tarzan will shut down the main carry of top Esports. Flandre with a Gnar ultimate onto 369, but the Nature's Grasp is big, and Cream is still full HP with the Arcane Storm raining down onto AL. Kanavi will get bursted down by Hope as another shutdown goes his way. 369 has to slice and dice away, but he will get eaten up by Flandre. Another team fight win, this time for AL, as top Esports lose 3.
Jackie Love's like, hey, can I get Gale Force back in this game, please? Like, yeah. I just use my cleanse, I have to flash, and still there's a flash. Honestly, great for preserving his legacy as one of the great top laners here in the league. And it's going to be a dragon here that puts AL at sole point.
Pretty big win here for Anyone's Legends. It looked like top Esports were controlling the early stages of this game. Alkin, we said that, and I feel like we're seeing a similar level of that here with the Otacon, and now even the Baron Nashor, as Kyle was in a little bit of trouble. Gonna get locked down here by Chris. There's the bullet time, but only with on to Kyle. Here comes Flandre, not Mega yes yet, gets locked up by the Glacial Prison, has to flash away, but it is enough for the kill to land onto the main tank for the carries. Still alive for top of the Arcane Storm, coming in and trying to do a lot of damage. Hope flashes forward. What an aggressive play from Hope as he takes Cream down. Now it's 369 and Jackie Love. No bullet time on the Misfortune, remember. TES still has their top laner with the dominance available, but he will have to back away in a 4v2 as AL
takes. Gold is close, but we're Grand Sky falling in.
Crisp just dead, tanking up too much damage. Hope landing the final blow. Bullet time not really finding much, only onto the tank. Satchel charge backwards from Hope means that Kanavi is not in a good spot himself. There comes the Arcane Storm, but just nobody is low enough for that to do any damage and for that Storm to continue to grow. Despite the carries keeping themselves alive on top, not enough for them to do anything as AL will get a free Baron.
Great job from 369. Oh, we're teleporting in, so just take the turret. The turret doesn't die there. So they're going to just try to force down mid. Okay, fine. This is one of the strategies you can try to do when the enemy team is going for Baron. You push in all of their waves so that they can spend as much of the Baron timer as possible having to re-push out these lanes. And so now Baron goes over, but for now TES, they're able to grab two turrets here in the meanwhile.
So a little bit of gold traded back, although at this point, as soon as it is about to expire, march away right back to the Elder and try to start a fight again.
You already see it, they're moving in on this side of the jungle. In the timer that it will be for their Baron, it will be the same amount of time before this Elder Dragon spawns. Andra is gaining Mega Gnar stacks.
Doing a lot of damage. Wow, Chris just gets deleted, melted by Flandre in mini Gnar form. Just another easy death for Crisp as he falls for the 5th time this game. And once more, it is top Esports stuck in a 4v5 situation with Baron buff against them.
Now what do TES do? I mean, we waited, we said, okay, level 16 here for Cream. Will he have enough of the requisite damage to turn the fight here? It's going to be a Satchel Bomb in mid if they really want to. He's just trying to get the passive stacks in.
Tarzan underneath the inhibitor tower, going for Dracula. He procs Betrayal Scimitar, will stay alive at least for a little bit. One more boomerang shift to the deep. The bullet time comes out, and Andre will fall. Top Esports keeping themselves alive as Kyle is still stuck under the tier 3 turret, and finally the victor gets what he desires, and that is a double kill in for Cream. Hope satchels and flashes away, but finally TES gets some sort of life back thrown into them.
That was so dangerous right there. The fact that the Satchel Bomb doesn't throw him over the wall does mean that it's the flash from Hope that has to send us to a game 4.
So now AL regaining control of the pit. 369 could be caught out potentially as Flandre is approaching Mega, and Kyle will dive on top of him with the Zenith Blade. Stun just on to the Croc as he crocs hysterics, but the bullet time could be big. There's Kyle looking to deny it. Tarzan now stuck in a 1v4. Jackie Love finally will go down as Kyle picks it up, and a 3-man shock wave from Shanks. It is a triple kill, a quadra kill for Tarzan on the Pantheon, and Anyone's Legends will march down the bottom side of the map and take themselves to match point.
What an incredible shockwave from Shanks. Opens up Tarzan to find the quadra kill. You can kind of see it in those player cams. AL are laughing. The smiles are back for the boys. as with the Ziggs, they don't even need the Elder Dragon. We're going to game 4 with AL up again.
Another 40-minute game, but once again, it is AL prevailing. They go up 2-1 in this
draft. So a lot of melees for the Seraphine to be able
grub camps, but it looks like both teams still want to fight. AL and Tarzan looking to try and at least make it an even trade so far in the grub. Jackie Love has the rocket jump away. That is the first grub secured for AL, but 369 in the middle of everything and might actually just get singled out in 1v4. But Flandre jumps away. It is first blood picked up here for Shanks, and anyone's legends are running away with this team fight. Hope gets his first kill. It is 3-0 around the grub.
That's the feat of strength, feat of
pick up this first dragon of the game with the Hex deck going their way.
Grapes, that sinking. Utah Wild Arrows has also just been an item that has been extremely terrible. Well, not terrible, but just crit itemization's in a weird spot. I'm gonna say that.
Look at this top side of the map. 369 with the Fear Beyond Death on top of him, and will be enough for Kanavi to dash on top and pick up that kill. However, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. That hard place being the Flame Chomp of the Hope. A two-man charm coming through from Kyle, and the encore says, "Sing it again, baby," as Hope picks up a second.
Dude, predicts the flash, crisp flashes straight.
Respawns and comes back into the top side. Not really much places to go as AL are overloading here. They land the stun.
Here we go.
Onto Crisp. He dies once again, and the teleport's going to come in to make it a 5-man stack for AL. Creed matches in TP of his own to prevent any further
dive.
dive.
Actually allowed to play the game.
Yeah, Top Esports in a little bit of trouble. Needs some big response right now. Thought they could have found it with Kanavi landing the kick, but Kyle finally will get bursted down. But it will be a 1-for-1 as Hope will pick up the trade. 3-0 and 3. The Wild Arrows.
Kyle, we force our own flash, and Tarzan doing a great job. I don't even think you need to actually kill 369 here, although probably can. Now
hey, why not?
Sundered Sky. Wrap it up. Wrap it up, Grapes. I think we're having a repeat of our demise. That's a huge spike. If he gets his second item and suddenly we're looking at TES having
he knows that nobody can dive on top of him, and he knows that his team is getting things.
I think third dragon. That's a huge spike. If he gets his second item and suddenly we're looking at TES having to play against this.
Could be their opportunity to get something back on the board. They are down about 3,000 gold, but here comes a teleport. Flandre going to join the fray. And it looks like Top Esports could be collapsed upon just a little bit. Here comes Cream. Has the flash. Has the ultimate. Can he make a play? Look at Shanks on the flank, though.
They got it!
And a big charm coming through, and Hope steals away all of the Herald as well. Shuffle is big. Is it enough damage, though? No, it is not. Look at Hope. Just full HP, ripping apart everybody on Top Esports. They get a huge fight. 4 kills already in their favor, and Crisp is on the wrong side of the map.
It's looking doomed. TES, it's been great, it's been good, but it hasn't been all there for them. Chris is going to do the runaround on Tarzan. Tarzan's like, where the hell did this Lulu go? Chris is like, keep going. Oh, he doesn't fully peek himself into the bush. I don't think it matters.
It's not worth the
Great flash from Hope, by the way. He dodges out on Cream's.
If, you know, he didn't shuffle through to go straight into his Tristana, who just...
you know... Big if true. Oh, Shanks.
Meanwhile,
Shanks?
that's the better
Shanks?
Shurima shuffle right there. Shanks picking up the 1v1 over his mid lane opponent. Remember, Cream got the better end of things to determine side select, but so far Shanks doing his best here in. Hey, he can come away with this.
That feels like a lifetime ago, I'm not going to lie. That feels 18 minutes. I know yesterday for JDG versus OMG, they made it look quick. It has been so one-sided, and it comes down to a lot of the execution that we've been seeing. And I think the solo lane especially, as 369, man.
Kanavi, he's trying his best, man. He's looking for some sort of kill. Kyle could be a target. He already got hit by the charm. No ultimate available. But Tarzan is here to body block his support. Shanks dashing away. Now going in 1v2 finally. Jackie Willow picks up a big shutdown on Kanavi. Gets Kyle as well. That is a start, but there is still so much more work to do.
Shanks, it's 5 a.m. At least it's not Jace, but like, I feel like already on this Octagon, can AL get here in time? They're looking to be fighting after the revives.
Okay, I mean, this is a good way to potentially flip the game. They actually just get there first. All of a sudden, Top Esports could be right back into this game. They pick up the Otacon, they have the respawns in their hands, and they could just send themselves straight towards the tower, pick up an objective bounty, throw their lives away because they know that they can end up right back in spawn by the time any other objectives do spawn. They get the tier 1 in the top side, looking for this tier 2 now with just a couple of minions here to guide them.
they can shred these turrets, and they have the turret bounties as well. So there's a lot of gold being slingshot back into TES. Yeah, Hope is hitting on this mid wave. 5 grubs. All that AL needs to do is somehow be able to stop them. Tristana's getting engaged upon. We see Jackie Love getting a little frisky with it. Has to be able to jump over. Inhibitor open way, he's going to cancel the backs.
369 is back, but that is it. On and out. Objective bounty with AL completely focused on the top side of the map.
Uh-oh.
Gonna be the outer turret picked up. Question
He's
is
out.
now, will he be able to escape?
Oh, no, he's not!
Shanks cancels the teleport with the abscond abduct, and now it is the Wild Goose chase. It will begin, and it will not last for very long. 369 will go down to Shanks.
All of TES, they were like, okay, maybe we can reinforce 40 seconds. And they're just all in this bottom side. Are they going to try and make this play? It's Shanks by himself.
Look at Konami finding the kick onto Shanks, forcing the stopwatch out of him. Flandre is tanky, but doesn't do a lot of damage. And that is Jackie Love picking up one of the main carries of AL. So now Shanks will be dead for the next 40 plus seconds.
Sunding over the Jinx ultimate. That's not stealing anything. Got 5 grubs. Maybe AL can look for a fight afterwards and push to end the game. There is an open inhibitor.
Yeah. Maybe top don't want to do anything too risky because the game could end, but it looks like they do want to go for a fight. It will be a numbers advantage for them until Shanks arrives. Baron finally secured. Flandre has to flash away. They land the Fear Beyond Death. That's going to slow them up pretty well. Jackie
nice
up
job.
by the Flame Choppers. Really good spacing opened up here by Hope. And now Shanks has arrived. And it will be anyone's Legends coming through and wiping the floor with Top Esports. They go 5-0 in the fight. They get the Baron, and they will get the game, and they will get the series win.
Long death timers, and Kanavi got into the back line, but it just doesn't matter. Anyone's Legend, make it happen. They have a repeat of the Demacia Cup Grand Finals, and they're going to be moving up in this group 2-0.
People were wondering, was that win in the Demacia Cup? Was it a fluke? Was it a myth? No, it was a legend being born. Anyone's